Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgie1 and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Hunter x Hunter chapter 392. And right off the bat, this chapter was amazing. It was Togashi at top of his game. Before we continue the video, I just want to say a disclaimer if the audio sounds a little different. Yeah, I'm not using my Blue Yeti mic because it messed up. I cannot use it. But don't worry, I'm getting another one. So it should be here by Tuesday. So expect it to be here by my Chainsaw Man review. But anyhow, this chapter was amazing. Let's start off from the beginning. This chapter starts with uh, the continuation of last week's chapter, which was Heinrich apprehending that member of the Hai Li family. And I thought it was cool how Heinrich took care of the situation, because you see all these people being freaking out. They're like, "Whoa, what's happening? All these gunshots got fired." So all those civilians, the other people around that area, they're freaking out. And you see these soldiers, they're like, "Calm down, everything's fine." And out of nowhere, you see this one soldier confront Heinrich. Is like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And then Heinrich, he just tells him like, "Oh, nothing. Yeah, there was some gunshots, but nothing out of the ordinary, sir." And the guy that got killed by Heinrich last chapter, you see him somehow still being alive, and you're questioning yourself like, well, how? Doesn't make any sense. He got stabbed and he should have been dead. So you find out that he's actually being taken over by a member of Heinrich's moth family, which is Misha How? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But her Nen ability is a zombie girl, and what this ability does, it's pretty much whenever a member of her family kills anybody, she appears, like, kind of just spawns in and takes control of the victim's body and disposes of it. And by that I mean it just pretends it's still alive. It controls it, makes it walk to make it look like he's fine, whatever. But in reality, he's dead. So he's kind of like a marionette. And um, yeah, so that was a pretty intriguing. I'm glad that Togashi's bringing back that whole post-death Nan, because we saw it a little bit with Isoka when that happened and how he got a huge power boost out of it. So I'm glad he's sticking to that idea of like post-death Nan. It gives you an increase in power. So, but yeah, she is dead. Like the Misha Hao member, she is dead. She's been dead. Um, so whenever she disposes of the body, where she disappears, you don't see her. She just goes away, and she rinses and repeats. Anytime a member of her family kills anybody, she appears, takes care of it, and she disappears. She can't be seen by the human eye. You can only see her through Nen. But yeah, it's a very cool ability. They call her the Undertaker of her family for a good reason, because she takes care and disposes of all the dead bodies that the family does kill. But yeah, that was very intriguing. I really like that part of the chapter. And eventually, one of the soldiers, goes up to Heinrich and is like, "Hey, listen, man, I know who you are." Which, by the way, uh, I know the location of Morena. And then he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Hey, how do you know this?" Is like, "I'll tell you what. Give me 50 mil, and I'll tell you where it is." And Heinrich obviously is, um, he's not buying it. He's like, "That's kind of sus." So Heinrich tells him like, "How can I trust you?" And he's like, "I got this information from one of the people that knows the blueprints of the ship." So Heinrich is like, "Okay, go on." He's like, "Yeah, so in the blueprints, they have the whole layout of the ship. However, there's a secret room that was not in the blueprints. So it's only like a kept secret." And the soldier guy is guessing that that room must belong to Morena. So he wants to sell that information to Heinrich. And Heinrich is like, "How much?" He's like, 50 million. He's like, "I can't do that without like confirming the information." It's like, "Okay, give me 30 million up front." And then Heinrich is like, "Okay, if I do agree with your conditions, you have to go with me." And he's like, "That's fine, I don't care." So now we got Heinrich, going with this soldier to confront Morena if the information the soldier's providing is true. But we'll have to wait and see for that, because we still don't know exactly what's happening with that. So we also get to see the continuation of Sakuro and Lynch and their mission of finding Hisoka. So Sakuro, you see his blood still, surveillancing everybody, and then they stumble upon this random guy, and then Lynch gives her a punch, and you find out her Nen ability is, it's called the truth punch or something. And what it does is pretty much she punches you, and if she asks you a question, you have to answer it truthfully. So she punches the civilian, and she asks him, "Are you Hisoka?" And then the guy says, "No." Is like, nope, you got the wrong person. So Lynch is like, okay, fine. So that was a cool ability. It's, you know, it's like a truth serum kind of thing. So that's fun. So then Sakura was like, listen, how are we even supposed to find this guy? Like, can he change his like his height? And Lynch goes like, wow, you know what? I don't have anything smart to say back about that. And then you just see them both quiet and just kind of like, you're right. This is like an impossible mission since like no matter how like what height we're looking for, this Hisoka can always alter his height now that he has this new net ability. So it's like, oh, we're kind of screwed here. This is kind of pointless, you know. As soon as they say that, literally a couple of panels later, you see Hisoka from far away, and let me tell you, when Hisoka showed up, oh my goodness, that was amazing. I have not seen Hisoka for 6 years, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. The second he showed up, he gave me that old Hunter x Hunter vibes of just Hisoka with his menacing man, and it was amazing. So then Lynch and Sakura go up to him, and then Lynch is like, "Hey, are you Hisoka?" She just straight up asks him, and he's like, "Who's asking?" He's like, "Who are you?" And then Lynch just proceeds to go for the punch. She punches him, and the second she does, literally she passes out. And then Sakura was like, "What? What just happened?" He's like, "Oh, sorry, I did a counter blow, so I must have overdone it." So she got knocked out, and then Sakura was freaking out. I was like, "What? He knocked out Lynch so easily?" And it just emphasizes like Sakura and Lynch they're pretty much fodder. Like, yeah, they got their cool little nen abilities, but at the end of the day, like Hisoka is at least to me at least, I think he's a top 10 hunter in the Hunter x Hunter verse. Like I think he's one of the strongest, a top 10 character for sure, at least that are still alive. So that's why I was like, whoa. Like Sakura was just freaking out, like, what? He just knocked out Lynch so easily. Then Sakura asked, like, Hisoka's like, oh my god, are you? I can't believe, are you really Hisoka? And he's like, who's asking? He's like, I'm asking the questions. And then Sakura's just freaking out. He's like, well, I didn't know anything about this. I don't even know what the specifics. I don't know what they're looking for you for. I don't even know what they're looking for you, man. I'm just here doing my job. Please don't kill me. He's like, I'll tell you what, you can come with me and maybe we can find the truth of why they're hunting for you. And then Hisoka's like, you just see him giving that menacing like smile, and he's just like, all right, this could work out. So yeah, you get to see Hisoka, and he's gonna pretty much find out, or gonna be working with Sakura for the time being, and can't wait for it because it's like a lot. Sakura's just fearing for his life, and you got this crazy maniac Hisoka just wandering around in the ship. So confirmation, another big thing, it was confirmed that Hisoka is actually in the ship, because for a lot of us we had theories about like, is Hisoka even in the ship? Is some people were theorizing if Hisoka was actually Lumi. I never bought that theory, but I know some people were theorizing that. But the confirmation that Hisoka was just in the ship, just wandering around, like with his hair down, just chilling. None of his jester magician outfits. He's just chilling, vibing. And I have to emphasize this: Hisoka always has the best drip. My man is a drip king. Like that fit that he had on, that shit was fire. So I don't know. Hisoka just has the most fashionable sense in Hunter x Hunter. My man always has some fire ass drips. But continuing on, then you get to see some members of the Shar family, and they go up to. It's like this little side plot of one of them is like, oh, can I get some autograph paper? And you know, it kind of just like it kind of goes on for a bit, and then you eventually find out that guy is trying to get the autographs of the Phantom Troop members, because he's like, whoa, we're working together with them, because they are working. Shar family, I believe, is working with the Phantom Troop. So, you know, he's freaking out like, oh, what? I get to meet these professionals. I want them to sign my, you know, a signature of them. You don't get to see them so often. However, the leader of their little section, whatever, he's like thinking like, we need to take the Phantom Troop being involved with this is no good news, which it's true. They know that at the end of the day, they're probably just gonna kill everybody and steal their money. So he's thinking like, hopefully Hisoka and the Phantom Troop members, they kill each other. Like, they just both destroy each other, and then we're set free, because they don't want to, at least that guy does not want to deal with the repercussions of working with the Phantom Troop. The Mafia being involved with the Phantom Troop in general is not a good idea, since the, you know, York New City events. So, yeah, there obviously would be skeptical about that. So you get to see the Phantom Troop members, and that was awesome, because we haven't seen them in so long. I believe the last time we saw them was when they barely entered the ship, so that was quite a while ago. So it was awesome just seeing them again. And you get to see Aton, you get to see Nobunaga, and you get to see Sphinx. So that was cool. And pretty much their subsection of the chapter, they're just chilling in this room, they're just kind of vibing, and then this assassin from the Hai Li family goes in, and this assassin is like, "Oh, I'm gonna take you guys all out," and like, which is very weird. I think they're setting something up for the assassin, either trying to set a trap for them or baiting them for a trap, or the assassin's just dumb and thinks he can go head on with them because he's cocky. It really varies. If I have to guess, he's probably scheming something because I mean, you go up to 3 members of the Phantom Troop, you're just gonna get killed instantaneously. So yeah, so the guy knocks at their door, and then the Phantom Troop is like, "Is this guy serious? He's showing his Nen ability already? Like, what is he doing? Like, his Nen ability is actually pretty good to take us out." Or they're pretty much saying like, "That's the dumbest thing you can do, showing your Nen ability like yours just right off the bat, so and then trying to fight us like head on. This guy's stupid." They're just like roasting him pretty much. And the Hai Li guy, the assassin, he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna take you guys out." He's just going on about, "I'm gonna take you guys out." And then Nobunaga pulls out his sword. He's like, "I'm pretty much like, I'm gonna kill you," and that's how the chapter ends. So it was a really good chapter. Hisoka's return was magnificent. I loved every single second of him being on screen. And if you saw my previous video, you would see that I did guess it right. I said within the next 5 chapters we would see Hisoka. And so when I saw him, even I was predicting that he was gonna show up. When I saw him, I was just beyond happy and just completely mind blown. Like, whoa, he's back. And it was awesome because, like I said, we haven't seen him in 6 years. So just seeing him again, he's like one of the best characters in Hunter x Hunter. He's one of my favorites because he's just a crazy maniac. And now we get to see the Phantom Troop and Hisoka in the same chapter. So maybe they're starting to build up the tension of like Hisoka's gonna make his move sooner than later. Because for me personally, I think one of the Phantom Troop members is dying within 10 chapters from now. Like within the next probably 6, maybe 8 chapters, I think one of them is dying. Like, because Hisoka's in the move, and we know that he is in the ship. So I'm very, very excited to see what the next chapter has to deliver, because this chapter was just, to me, perfect. I love this chapter. This chapter was amazing. Like, this chapter, I can't stress this enough. This was Togashi on top of his game, because he was building up all these plot threads. Because you got like the mafia people, and you got the Phantom Troop and Hisoka, and the succession war happening with the royal families, and then you also got Kurapika. So you got these 5 big plot threads, and I believe they're all gonna correlate to each other, and it's gonna be a massive blowout. And maybe the ship itself might sink. Who knows? Because I think personally, with this much chaos in one ship, I think it's bound to something to go down, and I think it'll be crazy if like the end goal will be that the ship just sinks, like everything just goes downhill, everything goes to shit, and like that'd be mind blowing. Like I'll be like, whoa. But besides that, I think this chapter was amazing, and I could not stress this enough. Togashi was on top of his game. This was Togashi, peak Togashi, if I would say so myself. This was 100% peak Togashi. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking all the way to the end of the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more anime and manga content in the near future. And while you're at it, comment down below, what do you think is going to happen in the next chapter? I personally think Hisoka is going to be, you're going to see him make his move. Either that, well, we know that for sure the Phantom Troop is going to fight that assassin, but besides that, what else do you guys think is going to happen in the next chapter? Do you think Heinrich is going to invade that room that the soldier's going to take him? But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching and sticking all the way to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more anime and manga content in the near future. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.